Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? Well, another week in the books, but this has been a pretty crazy week. The market truly surprised me this week. We had so much negative geopolitical stuff going on. We had, the rise in COVID cases, all of this stuff, bad economic news, and the market just keeps on ticking. I mean, it takes a lick and keeps on ticking. And I mean, it's amazing. It's something that I never would have expected. I thought we would have had a deep pullback a long time ago, but I mean, we're just cruising right along. So, we'll take a look at the chart here in a minute and talk more about it, but it's just blowing my mind right now. So I shared this with you guys a while back, but I want to reiterate that the two hardest tests that we experience in trading are the test of our patience to wait for the right moment to take the trades, and the test of our courage not to be disappointed with the results to where it puts us in the wrong state of mind and we couldn't trade our way out of a cardboard box. So we don't want to get to that. Now, we get tested every day without fail. Every day that you come in the market and you take a trade, you're having to pass these two tests. Now, you could fail the test and still make money, but if you consistently fail it, you will not consistently make money. You will consistently lose money. And that's the thing that we have to really pay attention to. Now, in these last 2 days, I've failed a couple of times. And I've lost on the failure too. But it's one of those things where you realize it, you understand it, then you have to make the corrections as you go forward. That's the bottom line. And we know that every trade is not going to go according to plan. The setup could be perfect. We could have the most perfect entry, but the results are not going to be what we would want them to be. We have to accept it, pack up, and move on to the next trade, and just rinse and repeat. But we have to keep in mind that these two tests are going to hit us every day. Now, what I'm sharing with you guys in the Becoming a Consistently Profitable Trader, that video series that I'm doing, is I'm trying to help you have what it takes to pass these tests every day. Are you going to pass them every day? No. We're going to slip up. Even the best of us slips up from time to time. Sometimes we're out of it, we're not really concentrating on what we're doing, or we think we know every damn thing now, and we just break our rules on purpose. So we don't want to go through that. Alright, so I am going to do the new video this weekend. I'm staying here for the game tomorrow, the football game tomorrow, and I won't be taking off till Sunday, or either tomorrow night. I don't remember. But I have time to do the new video and have it posted tomorrow for you guys. So the two guys that actually watch the videos, they're coming. So looking at the SPY here, you can see we practically traded sideways in the channel. It rested this week. It didn't need to rest this much. I really don't think it needed to rest this much, but it did. But the whole time it stayed well above the 5-day moving average, with the exception of today, where we opened below it and we closed back above it, but we're still below this ascending resistance. This is key. And if you guys don't believe that FinViz, that their levels are on point, you haven't really been paying attention. You really haven't been paying attention. So this is why I don't try to draw mine. If I find something that actually gives me better data than what I could do myself, I'm gonna get it. And FinViz is it. But where are we going to next week remains to be seen. I mean, we are in no man's land. We're trapped under resistance, but we're above 5-day support. So, and that window is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. So it's gonna have to pop one way or another. It's gonna have to pop up and maybe get 460s next week, or it's gonna pop down and get in the 440s next week. So it's got to do one or the other, or it could just continue to trade flat. Or not necessarily flat, but in a tight channel with very little volatility. But we can't assume. We wait, let the market do what it's going to do, and we trade our stocks accordingly. That's the plan. So I'm going to quickly go over last week's trade. I mean, not last week's trade, yesterday's trades. I didn't get to do a video yesterday, so we're going to go over that. And so right out of the gate, you can see I failed miserably on the first trade of the day. Here's a 5-minute opening range. Perfect, a good entry here. But I never should have taken this trade. I did not pay attention to the 100-day moving average being right here. So I bought into resistance, and that is a big no-no for me. Some people don't care, but for me, my rule is don't buy into resistance. If there's not enough room between where you're going to get in and the first resistance you come to, you don't take the trade, because it's likely to get stuck, especially if it's a daily moving average. And that's exactly what happened. Ended up getting stopped out. And this was a trade that could have been avoided. But like I said, it's not one that I can blame the strategy on. It's one that I could blame myself on. Piss poor execution. And I failed the test of being patient and waiting for the best setup. All right, so next trade, OKTA. This one, I mean, you could say it was a chase, but it really wasn't. I don't have the line here from the high of yesterday when it reported, and that's what I was doing. Was I was waiting for it to get over that line, over this level here, and then I would take the trade. Now, this was a really tough trade because the spread jumped as soon as I got in, and it was wicked. The volume was low. Okay, I didn't realize we had lost as much volume as we did, so that made it harder to trade. So this was a really, really tough stock to hang on to, but it worked out. Technically, we stayed in. We never made lower lows. So I hit the first target up here, and then it decided it wanted to pull back and knock me out, and then it eventually made it up to second and third targets. But unfortunately, well, it didn't quite get to the third target. The third target would have been 277, so didn't quite get there. But it was okay. It kind of brought me back from the dead. and it kind of reestablished my trading prowess, so to speak. But here we go again. Another failed test. Did not wait for it to set up. Here's the pre-market high. Look at it, lined up with the high the day before. Lined pre-market high. Why did I buy into that? There again, I didn't wait for the setup to clean up. I just jumped in, not paying attention. I failed that test. And I failed it, and I lost money. So yesterday, I ended up, it was only 160, 170 some dollars that I was down. I can't remember. My brain is not there. But we'll see when I get to the profit calendar. But either way, I lost $160. So that was that. Now the reason why there are days when I don't have a P&L, or the days where things may be a little bit challenging. If I just blew up, then I don't care. But if things could be tight, I don't look at the P&L because the market is still open. After market hours are still open. I can still trade. So if I see that if I knew that I was $170 or $160 down yesterday, I would have tried to find a trade after market to make my money back. Or, and I'll show you here in a minute, if I'm trading with TD Ameritrade, there's stocks or ETFs that I could trade 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, to try and make my money back. I can trade the SPY all night. I can trade the Qs all night. The diamonds, the Dow Industrial ETF, I could trade all that. Gold ETF, silver ETFs, whatever. Now, is there always volume? No. So, yeah, I could be an idiot and try to trade something with no volume and get blown up even more. So, I know that's my weakness, so I try not to look at it. Now, if I do the video late, it doesn't matter. But if I do the video early enough, I don't even want to look at the P&L. But you guys that are math geniuses, you can add this up and figure out exactly what I made. So today, coming into today, we were trading PD, and again, I just don't get me sometimes. After yesterday and looking at it and understanding I failed miserably, I turned around and did the same damn thing. I shorted this, and even though I kept telling myself we need to wait the first 5 minutes, we need to wait the first 5 minutes, I shorted this into support. This is daily support right here, a daily level. I shorted into this, and luckily this stock, it was a lower price stock. It doesn't move that much, so it never really hit my max loss, and we stayed below the 50 period moving average. The 50 on the 5 minute is king now. It used to be the 20, and before the 20 it used to be VWAP. Now it is the 50. So I respect that 50, and it never did stop me out, and eventually it came down. We were able to get profit, because look at where the 200 was when I first got in the trade. Right below 47. When I took profit, it was over 48. So it kind of ate up most of the trade for me, but was still able to lock some profit in. So I was pretty pleased with that. I did trade Coinbase. This was a beautiful channel break. Everything waited for the confirmation, and I got in and ended up getting a nice move, but it did pull back and stop me out break even. But still, this was a really nice trade. A really nice trade. Kind of made my day, even though I didn't get the bulk of the move. Here's the first channel that broke, but I missed it. But I got this channel, and got the move up. This one I had to deal with a little bit too, but look at it. It was a bullish pattern. A bullish pattern. So that was our day. We quietly made $662.31. $400 on coin and $250 on PD. That's awesome. Then I do not mind finishing a slow Friday, especially after I had so many F's this week. Finish Friday on a good note. Now I think I have, okay, here they are. You see these, I don't know if you can see this, it might be fuzzy, but this is a circle with 24 in it. These are all the ETFs I can trade 24 hours on TD Ameritrade. All of these ETFs. Now, it's Friday, going into a long weekend. I wouldn't touch them. On Fridays, all trading stops at 8. But Sunday night, this stuff opens up at 8 o'clock. I can trade any of these starting at 8 o'clock Sunday night. Now, like I said, that it doesn't mean there's going to be any tradable volume. It probably isn't unless something major is happening. But the opportunity is there. And sometimes having an opportunity is not such a good thing. So we ended up August, the last 2 days, 376.95, and that put us at 71.66.72 for the week. A really strong week here for a strong month for August. I must be running out of steam. September, Wednesday, Thursday, and today, we ended up with 649.11. So you put that together, and what I do is this just has calendar weeks. This isn't separated by months. So you can see we had a really good last couple of weeks. Really good last couple of weeks. I want to keep that going. I'm from where I thought I would be. Like, I don't have goals, but I'll have ideas of, this is where I think I can be by, let's say, October. I think I would be at the $80,000 range. But I'm not. So I'm just barely over halfway there. And, I could look back and see, okay, why am I not where I thought I would be? What stumbling blocks did we have? What's going on? But as long as the equity curve is headed in the right direction, I know money is getting put in my account, and that's all that matters at this point. Is growing, putting money in my account so that when it's time to go and do some things, I can do it. That's the main thing. So that's gonna wrap it up for me this week. Again, look out for that video, the video that I promised tomorrow. For the members, we will not have a Sunday session. We are on a long holiday weekend, so we won't do a session. But 8 o'clock Monday morning, I will, do an abbreviated version of the market analysis and the swing watch list. And also on Sunday, look out for the email with the password change. So the password is changing Sunday, and that will get emailed to all you guys. So I believe that's it. You guys have a great weekend and be safe. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday.